Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing, and this is the Tidy With Me video. It's not exciting, but I hope it will inspire you. I like to tidy to music, so I can't talk to you as I go because of how the licensing works. I have my playlist and I can't share that with you. Usually I fast forward or I put a voiceover or something. I hope you enjoy this video and I'll pop back in at the end. Alexa, set a timer for 30 minutes. Alexa, play the crafting playlist. Okay, so when I get started, I just try and pick a spot, and the counter was my focus, so that's where I started, and I just keep sorting and resorting, and I decided there was so much to do that I wasn't going to worry about sorting in drawers. I wasn't going to worry about washing stamps. You've got to pick your battles, and I wanted to see a return on this time. As I started sorting, I had nature journal stuff. I had bringing back basic gray. That's what that is. I had a bunch of fall fancy embellishments from smashing a fall pad or something else that I did. I don't know what was in there. Maybe it was for basic gray. So I was trying to sort them and put basic gray back and fall back. And I had pet stamps and pet embellishments and all sorts of stuff mixed. So I just start where I am and sort. And I try not to, a lot of this you might have heard, I have other tidying videos, so I try not to leave the room. I try not to get too distracted. That little tiny box on the counter is my trash, so I brought the bigger cardboard one out of the counter. When I bend over, I'm putting away the red, white, and blue stuff that Kathleen sent me. I'm just tidying up as I go and trying to make little piles so that at the end I can take these bigger piles and put them away and get some space on the counter. And my apologies, recording a tidying video is tricky, so sometimes you see my backside. It is what it is, but the room gets cleaner. What I just showed you is, remember that $4 tray that I picked up at a thrift store? And I said I'm going to sort my ephemera into it, and it holds it up vertically. And a couple of you were like, keep us posted on whether you use it. I've been using it a ton for the nature journals. I love that I sort them sort of in size, like smaller to bigger, and they're up on end. They don't fall down in a bin. I don't know if I'll keep it out all the time, but it's been great for working on half dozen journals at a time. I really liked that. There's a stool on that counter, a footstool, because when I do Zooms or Google Hangouts or Instagram, whatever, I put my laptop on there. So if you're wondering, Mr. Crafting and Relaxing asks me very often, why is there a footstool on your counter? Look, we're finding the counter. We're making progress. So I'm putting some dies on the wall. I'm shaking the bits of scraps off of my super thick mat from Costco because my little automated sharp vacuum has a hard time with it. Then this is the pet bin I'm digging through. I found the 6x6 that I was looking for earlier that we're going to use for Smash That Small Pad. So you probably already saw that, and then there's a process video I need to edit for that too. And I had to do some rearranging because this thing of envelopes, I gave up the space for it to get stuff up off the ground. Sometimes when Zeus gets bored, he rummages through my bins. So I am pretty careful about when I leave for work or when I leave, I don't leave things open. He's not a paper licker like Wilson, and he's not a shredder like Pooh. He just, I don't know, he just gets bored. So I just realized the AC wasn't on. So I turned on the AC, put the AC thing, the remote onto the holder, which was not pleasant for me. It was getting a little hot. Look at my little man. Sometimes when I make these videos, I don't notice the dogs in the background. Like, some of my favorite things to do now are to go back and watch some of my videos where Wilson wanders in and out. You can see me when I stop every once in a while and put my hands on my hips. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do next? Just keep going. And I am just working my way around the room, and I'm choosing my priority spots. Like, at the end of the day, when I come home from goofing off or when I get up in the morning, what is going to be the most important to me? your area or your zones in your house or your craft room or your dining room or whatever this inspires you to clean are going to be different, because that counter on the right side, I mean, to the average person, it looks horrible too. But to me, it is not 100 miscellaneous items. It's a sewing machine, a bunch of storage items, a bin of estate sale envelopes I need to deal with, some crafts show stuff that I don't really know what I'm doing with just yet, a couple of done cards. I mean, it's not hundreds of miscellaneous things. Here I'm cheating a little because I'm like, oh, well, before I put this ribbon away, let's cut some and put it on a page. So I just paper clipped it on there instead of stopping to glue it and moved on. And this table over time, when, for me, maybe not for you, when I leave a table out, it just collects things. So I have random fabrics and random tools, and my iPad is sitting in the middle of that. And a thing, look at this, my iPad's hanging off the table. I just go about my day. I don't know. But I'm trying to put away the tools, and that's one thing that I don't put away the tools, the extra scissors, the glue, all that are on the table along the way. Every once in a while I put them into a tray, but I decided it was time. And about halfway through this video, I asked her, I try not to say her name too many times because I know it causes problems in your households, how much time was left. And she said 14 minutes. And I thought, okay, let's see if we can get rid of this table or make huge progress. So I made some decisions. Here I'm cheating again. I pulled out 49 and Market, those postage stamp things, and thought, oh, I want some of those in this journal, and shoved them in the bin too for it. So a couple times I deviated from actual tidying, but the timer helps me focus. If I don't set the timer and say, okay, I'm going to do a 30-minute tidy, it doesn't get done. And in my goals, I say I'm going to do one every month.
Okay, I'm tired. How about you guys? The 30 minutes is almost up. I could not have guessed that I would have gotten that much done. I think setting a timer and staying on track makes all the difference for me. I'm going to be honest, you saw me a couple times where I snipped a ribbon that went somewhere or I sliced something off. There were a couple of things along the way where I was like, I'm just going to do it now. And I didn't even plan to get rid of the table, but the table has been driving me nuts. I love the table if I'm working it, but when it's set up all week long and I don't get to it and then I can't remember where I was on a project, it just feels like burdensome. There's something to be said for having a little space to come and craft for 30 minutes in the morning before work, not have to come in and look at a giant mess and remember where you were. That's why I use Post-its a lot. You saw me put masking tape on things. The Blue Nature Journal went into that bin because honestly, I need to work on Smash That Small Pad. So that's part of like YouTubing, is when you have a deadline, sometimes you have to switch. You can't just finish what you were working on. And that journal, if I spent 3 hard maybe hours on it today, I could finish it. The reality of it is I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go goof off, and that's not going to happen. And this room is 2 sides exterior, 1 side garage, south end of my house. So unless the AC is blowing like crazy, it's not a really great place to be in an afternoon when it's 90 degrees. And the AC unit is right there, so it blows on me. So it's not a totally perfect system, but I'm blessed to have the AC and the room. So whatever, right? So the Blue Nature Journal went in a bin. I can stack things on it. It's good to go. The blue tub is stuff I don't think I'll use on the Blue Nature Journal, but I want to have handy for later. And it's really nice to have items that are like size so you can stack them. So that blue tub, I don't have the lid for. Alexa, stop. So there's our 30 minutes. I don't have the lid for it, but I kept it because I have one with the lid. It came to me in a haul gift, and so I can stack it. So anytime you have empty containers around that are the same size and are stackable so that when they're not in use, they just don't take up any space, that is a blessing. I try to use things that are odd sizes in other places in the house, in the bathroom cupboard or in the linen closet or that kind of thing. In here, I want a lot of items that are the same size that are stackable. So I have some Dollar Tree small things, and you saw me shove them in the top of the closet up there. Okay, I think that's it. I am going to find some shoes and get ready and go goof off for the day and make sure Zeus's ball fetcher is all set up for him. And I think that's it. And I found a container in here that I wanted to give to Andrea. Again, perfectly nice container, lid opens and closes, great. I probably would use it for taking on trips, but I don't have any others like it, and I like sizes of things. Then I know time after time, oh, this is great for ephemera, or this is great for keeping dies in. I have a million of those 4x6 like photo boxes, and some I used for scraps, patterned, solid. You saw me put dies in one. A couple of them I have the same washi tape marked on the end, and I know those are the 3 that go on the counter. Those are my scrap bins, 2 solids and a patterned. And I just marked them so I don't have to spend a bunch of extra time. You saw me, I kept pulling one out. It was birds and butterflies. And that's what I was doing. I was putting away the bird stuff that I wasn't going to use in the blue journal because I don't want 10 of the same thing in there. So I picked one big one and one little one, those cute things Mary made with the napkins, and put the rest in there. Okay. I'm pretty proud of myself. I haven't made this much progress in, I don't know, you guys could probably tell me better than I can, but I think that table had been there for weeks. And I don't mind if the table's there as long as the projects on it change. It sort of forces me to make progress if when I get close to the end, I just say, that's it, no more table. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you're inspired to tidy. And the real trick, Andrea and I were talking about it today, the trick to tidying is knowing where things go. There are some things I had to leave on the counter because I don't know where they go. And I'm going to have to decide, am I going to make a home for them or do they just go? Right? And if you don't have a home for things, it's just miserable. In a clutterbug world, I'm a butterfly, but even a butterfly needs some sort of plan when they go to tidy up. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.